Welcome back to 6 Minute Math, where we turn confusion into clarity 6 minutes at a time. Thank you for joining us today, where we are going to explore dividing fractions. 6 minutes tends to go by fast, so here we go. Our key points when we are dividing fractions is to do one of three phrases. We can keep, change, flip, kiss and flip, or multiply by the reciprocal. All phrases follow the same process, which is our first fraction stays the same. We will change our division sign to a multiplication sign. We're going to flip the second fraction and then simplify if you're able to. So let's see some examples. We are going to divide 3/5 by 1/3. And for our first example here, we are going to keep, change, flip. So what does that look like? We are going to keep our first fraction, change our multiplication sign, and flip the second fraction. At this point, we are just multiplying fractions. If you need a reminder of how to multiply fractions, be sure to check out our video here at 6 Minute Math for a nice refresher. 3 times 3 is 9, and 5 times 1 is 5. 9 over 5 cannot be simplified, therefore it is my final answer. How about another example here? We're going to divide 1/4 by 1/6, and in this case we are going to kiss and flip. All of our phrases started with keeping our first fraction the same, so this is going to remain 1/4 at the beginning. And our kiss portion of this phrase relates to our hugs and kisses of how we would sign off on love letters, and the X in particular means kiss, therefore it represents changing the division sign to a multiplication sign. And then we flip our second fraction, 6 over 1, and then we multiply fractions. 1 times 6 is 6, and 4 times 1 is 4. At this point, we would simplify this fraction, which we do have a video here at 6 Minute Math called Simplifying Fractions, so be sure to check that out. I'm going to divide top and bottom by 2 for a final answer of 3 over 2. How about if I were to divide 4 and 1/3 by 1 3/4? First thing I need to do with mixed fractions is change them to improper. So we're going to go bottom times front plus top, bottom times front plus top, as outlined in our video changing fractions. This is going to give us 3 times 4 plus 1 is 13 over 3 divided by 4 times 1 plus 3 is 7 over 4. For this division, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. Nothing changes in our first process, which is keeping our first fraction the same. We are going to change our division to a multiplication. And we are going to take the reciprocal, which is a fancy term for flipping a fraction. 4 over 7. Then I just multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms. 13 times 4 is 52. And 3 times 7 is 21. I do a quick scan and see that this cannot be simplified. Therefore, it is my final answer. We are going to divide 3 fractions for our final example, and I'm going to use keep, change, flip, and kiss and flip as my phrases. So my first fraction doesn't change. Keep. And then I'm going to change. And then I'm going to flip my second fraction for 3/2. And then I'm going to kiss and flip. So this second division is going to get kissed into a multiplication sign and then flip my last fraction. At this point, I'm going to multiply fractions by canceling early. I have a 7 on the bottom, 7 on top. Therefore, those will cancel off. I also have a 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. Therefore, those are going to cancel off. And I have remaining a 5 on top and a 2 in the denominator. 5/2 is my final answer. Those are all the examples we have today for dividing fractions. Please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 6Minute Math, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below for any topic you want to see me tackle in a future 6-minute episode. Always remember that the best way to get math is to practice math, so keep on practicing. And until next time, keep solving and evolving.